Okay, so I'm basically going to explain to you what our data is pulling from, what the raw data is, and then how it's
Mm-hmm.
going to transfer, how I would like it to transfer onto this sheet. Okay?
Okay.
So, starting off. So, just a little bit of background. We are a real estate company, and we do different marketing methods. So, we do direct mail. So, we mail people in their house. We do slide broadcasting, which is basically sending out a voicemail, not calling people, but sending out voicemails. Okay.
Okay.
And then we do cold calling. Okay.
Okay.
Now, essentially, what we do is we market to we buy a list, right? We buy lists. Let's say this is a zip code, right? You know what a zip code is, right? Obviously. So this is a zip code, a location, and then this is a list. So an absentee is an owner of a property who does not live in the property. That means he's absent from the home. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So this, for example, is one list. Okay? Now
Mm-hmm.
what we want to do is track how many for this list, right? And track how many we sent out, how many leads we got, how many interested leads we got, and how many contracts, which is deals, and then how much money we've made.
Okay.
So pretty much like an ROI, return on investment. We want to see how much we've spent overall, which is the cost right here, how much we've made from this list. Okay.
Okay.
Are you following so far?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All pretty simple. Now, we want to track separately our different marketing channels. Now we have direct mail, we have slide broadcast again, and we have cold calling. Okay?
Okay.
So this gets obviously a lot more complex because this is just one list, right? This whole entire thing. So this is a total of this entire list, no matter which marketing method we've done, right? This is the total. So
Okay.
this will be the total cost of this and this and this. And this right here, the columns, CP1, CP2, CP3, is basically the month. So we do all of these by month. All right?
Okay.
So we plan an entire campaign. That's what this stands for, campaign. By month, right? And we say we're going to send out this whole list for this month of January, and then February,
So
etc., etc. Okay?
okay. So CP1 is January, right?
Well, not necessarily, but CP1 is just a month of campaigns. Like a campaign planner is what it is. And I'm going to show you
Okay.
in a second, okay?
Okay.
But yes, we do one every month. So hypothetically, yes, if this were January, this would be February. But if this was July, this would be August, September, October.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, I asked this question because I can see only three. I mean 9 CP. So it should have been 12 actually. So that is why I asked this question.
Yeah, well, however many, we would have like 20 or 30 or 40. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter. It would be ongoing. But the point
Okay. Okay.
is to track how well this list is because we purchased this list. All right, let's say this list is 2,500 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
We purchased this list and we're mailing to them, we're calling them, and we want to see how well it's doing and how well our dollars are being spent. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so that's that. So let me show you the CRM. This is our CRM, okay?
Okay.
And it starts off with the list, DM lists. So this is what it looks like. This is Podio, by the way. I don't know if you've ever heard of Podio, but it starts off with this. These are our lists, top level lists. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's just take this one for example. 20,002 absentee. Okay. So let me open this. The difference, again, we have lists and campaigns. The difference is, in a list, we have a total of 409 people in this list, right?
Okay.
Oh, whoops. We have a total of 409 people in this list. Now, we may have mailed this list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right?
Okay, right.
But each of those times that we mail them, they all filter up to this saying, okay, we've got a total of 24 leads from this entire list, no matter which campaign it was from. Right? Remember, I said we can mail them in January, we can mail them in February, we can mail them in April, and those are 3 separate campaigns, right?
Right.
Same list, but separate campaigns. Now the campaigns are right here, we track. Remember, this is the number. So this is number 10, number right here. So CP9, this would be 10, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say right here. So these are all the campaigns that are related to this list. Okay?
Okay.
So every time we mail this campaign, every time we mail this list, it's a campaign. So let's say number 1 was January. Let's just say, right? Number 1, in January, we mailed them once. In February, we mailed them again. March, in May, in June, in August, we mailed them again, right? And
So each month, I'm sorry, yeah. So for each month you call it a campaign, right? So if you're sending in January, you'll call it maybe a campaign A, and if you're sending
exactly
in the February, then you'll call it maybe campaign B, right?
exactly, and those are two different campaigns, but it's the same list.
Got it.
Okay. Now every time we get a lead, it adds it to this right here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we have a total 24 leads, 6 interested leads, 2 appointments set, and 1 closed transaction, which is a deal. Okay.
Okay.
So this is where all of our information pulls from to put here. Okay?
Okay.
So, for example, I will export this, and I'll show you what it looks like. And I'll export the campaigns as well, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'll put all. All right, now while that's exporting, I'll show you this. So this is the campaign planner, right? This is kind of where we plan everything. And I don't know that this is going to be relevant to this conversation, but it's more for you to understand. So, for example, you remember these numbers, right? CP1, CP2, CP3?
Right.
So that's this. Number 1, DM is direct mail. Number 1, calls is cold calling. Okay?
Okay.
Now, within each of these, we select which lists we want to mail to. Okay?
Okay.
And then, based on that, we create campaigns based on these lists. So we decide which lists we want to mail, and then all of these campaigns are created. Right?
Okay. Right.
And the campaign is based on this. So the campaign would be number 1, based on the month. Number 1, DM, 2019 multifamily. And then after this list, we put we also mail them a certain postcard, and we say what postcard we're mailing them. So it looks like this, okay? So number of the campaign planner, the list, and then the postcard.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So essentially that's it. Let me grab these exported things real quick. Download this. Download this. All right, now this is how it exports. And this is what it looks like. Okay? Looks like that.
Okay.
Let me just delete out all the unnecessary columns that we don't really need. We just need this total amount. We'll leave all this stuff on here. Okay. So you're following so far, right?
Right.
Okay. So this is what the exported Excel sheet looks like. And basically what I would love to do is download this, have a macro run, and gather all of this information from the leads, the interested leads, the appointments, the closed transactions, the sold listings, and to put them all here. The leads, the interested leads, the contracts, the listings. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Now, it obviously gets a lot, I guess, more complex than that, because if we already have, let's say we have, like this is a list, right? Let's say we have 100 lists, different lists, okay?
Okay.
But I am consistently finding new lists to market to, so I get another 20 lists. Then we're going to need a way to add a list, right? So,
But the single table will have detail of only one list, right?
what's that? What's that?
I mean, the table which we can currently see on this tab will have only one list at one time. Is it correct?
No. That's what I'm saying. This will have a bunch of lists. So what we've done is we kind of made a multi-level view. We grouped it like this, right? So it's gonna look like this. On the highest level, you can see everything.
Right.
It's gonna be major market, which is Tampa. That's the highest level. Then it's gonna be location, which is zip code.
And we call it list as well, right?
Which one? This one?
33604. Yeah.
No, that's not a list. This is you can call this location. Okay.
Okay.
So it's major market, location, list. Okay. So major market, location. Well, I guess there should be another level here. Well, this is the list. And then right here to the side of it, we're going to say, okay, what's the cost of the list? What's the revenue? What's the ROI? Okay. And then if we want to dig into it, that's what this is for. Okay. And then we can see in detail what each list is doing. Okay.
Okay.
So just imagine this Excel sheet, right? But imagine it with all different types of lists. So these are all of our lists, okay? We have 159. All these different zip codes and all these different lists, okay?
Yeah.
So imagine this is going to be a very long Excel sheet, right?
Right.
But the point of it is to track the lists to see how they're doing right here, right?
Right.
The way we're going to do that is, again, get all that information here. We're going to get the cost information, and then we're gonna get the how much we've gotten from that campaign as well. From that list. I'm sorry. Are you following?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So essentially that's it. Now this is the total, this is the summary worksheet. But as you can see down here, there's direct mail, slide broadcast, and cold calling. So ideally, everything that I just showed you will funnel into here, right?
Okay.
And then this will be the list right here. 2019 RPT, owner occupied, 2019 TLO RPT. These are our three lists, right?
Right.
And then it'll just look like this. Boom, boom, boom. These are different lists. It'll fill in the information here, and then ideally, this information will fill into here. That make sense?
Yeah. So this is a summary page.
Yep. But all this information ideally will flow into here. Okay? But again, I want to make this a very, very robust, it's going to be a pretty comprehensive Excel sheet. Because it's going to have all the lists, all the locations, the lists. It's going to have slide broadcasts as well, cold calls, and the total.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, and then there's gonna be a few like complicated things. Like we're gonna have to figure out how to get this cost.
Mm-hmm.
You know. What do you think?
Yeah. So cost, I can see is just a formula, right? Nothing else.
Okay.
I mean, you showed me the formula of cost. So this is pretty simple, right? So we are taking just 35% of whatever we have.
Well, no, not necessarily. So we're gonna say that this cost. We have different costs every time we mail, right?
So is it available in the data which we have exported?
What's that?
I mean, the cost which you are saying is different for each campaign. Do we have this somewhere in the data which we have exported?
We can put it in there, but what I'm not sure of is how, because okay, so for example, we have a bunch of different, we have this campaign sheet here, right? But there's different numbers on it, right? So we have number 11, number 10, we have number 9, we have all of them here, right? All of them.
Right.
So where would this pull from? Because let's say it's different every time, and let's say number 9 has a different cost than number 10. Where do you want me to pull that? I mean, where would we pull that from? You know what I mean?
So how do you currently pulling it up? Because I can see it is 0.35, right?
Well,
so
right now it's we're just manually doing it, which is not good. I don't want to manually do this.
I mean, how did you calculate that it is 0.35?
Oh, because we know that. But again, here, take this out of take this out of here, and really it should just be here. So let's say this one's 37. Let's say this one's 38. And then the next one is, because sometimes we send out letters, which is completely different. Sometimes that's 75 cents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
So is it there in the data which we have exported? I mean, how we will come to know about this?
That's what I'm asking you. So this is how it exports. So how do you want it to look? Because we
Is
can,
it there?
because
Do we
in,
have this in our data?
um, I don't think we do, but we can put it in there.
Or if we don't have, then probably we can create a separate mapping wherein we will place campaign name then the cost of it. Will it work? So cost would depend on the campaign. Is it correct?
Yeah, like remember I told you about the campaign planner?
Right.
So this is what we use to plan what we're gonna mail every month, and then so we're gonna mail all these guys, and then what we're gonna do is have a total direct mail cost at the bottom of this total direct mail cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe what I can do is have it be on each one of these campaigns. So let's say all of these number 11 campaigns, I can have like a little thing over here to the right that says, okay, 35 cents.
Right. This is what I was asking.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is
So
that what you want?
yeah. So it is a kind of mapping. If we can have for each campaign, then we
Okay.
can easily pull it into some tab. Or
Okay,
maybe anywhere where
and then
required.
this one, for example, would be, let's say this one would be 75. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you want to do that? You want me to do that?
Right. Right.
Okay. So what I'll have to
Either on
do,
the either on the this sheet or maybe a separate one, whatever is convenient for you. We can have that.
okay, I think, oh, you know what? I know we can make that happen on this one actually. Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll solve that problem. So that's the cost. Now, the deals, that I'm not sure of. You know what? Okay, no, we can do it for the deals too. Yep. And then the referrals. Oh, jeez, that I have no idea. Um, no, yeah, we can do that too, actually. Never mind. Okay. But pretty much that's it, man. And so I want all this information to fill in automatically.
Right.
But really, we're going to be doing it month by month. So let's just say we're on the third month. It would just go, you know what I mean? And it would fill in all the information on its own.
Yeah. So how would you provide the data? I mean, how do you want it? I'll give you a button. You'll click on that button. It will ask you for the file. You will browse that file. Then the macro would do the rest.
Okay.
Is it something you're looking for?
It can do that. It can do that. It will probably ask for three different files because this is direct mail, this is slide broadcast, and those are all going to be different files. And then this is cold calling.
Right. Got it. Yeah. This should be the process. So it will ask 3 files. Maybe we can have 3 separate buttons, one on DM, one on SB, and one on cold call. So once you click on the button on DM, it will ask you for the DM file. And once you select that file, it will populate the data on DM as well as on the summary tab.
Okay.
Will it work?
I believe so. I believe it will.
No.
Yeah, I believe it'll work.
Yeah. And once the file is done, and the next time you select the file, some other file, so it should append the data, right? It should not replace the data, if I'm not wrong.
It should. It should append it. It shouldn't replace it.
It should not replace it. Right. So will there be chances that
Oh,
will
you know
approve?
what? You know what? Yeah, it should. There could even be an option to replace or append, because I know to replace with so much data it'll take forever, and we would want to do that one time.
Mhm.
But the thing is, we're gonna do this 3 months after we do a campaign, right? But
Right.
it's possible that 4 months later or 5 months we get a call from this campaign and we make 50,000 more. You know?
Got it. Yeah. So both the options should be there.
Yep.
Agree.
Other than that, the main thing we're gonna get, again, this is the list, and then this is the total. We want to see what's the cost, what's the total revenue made from the list, and what's the ROI. Okay.
Right. So those are just the formulas. That is not an issue at all.
Yeah, this is just addition,
Yeah.
and then this is just division. Yeah, and then essentially that's it.
We'll have.
How you like this store? It's alright, manageable. Maybe. But essentially, yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Okay?
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That is it.